about to film another podcast. To my audience, I give you a kiss.
Give you.
Hold up, I gotta sneeze real quick. What's poppin', people?
I was about to say, bless you. What's poppin', people?
Got him.
Got him.
Just those guys. It's your boy Nick.
It's your boy Isaac, aka Ocho.
AKA Ocho, back at it like some crack addicts. Hiding in your mom's attic and all that, you know what I mean?
All that fun shit.
You know, man, this state that y'all claim to live in, Texas.
Y'all, you live here too, dude.
Yeah, I know, but this shit is, ugh.
What's wrong with
The
it?
weather, bro. What the fuck is this?
Dude, yeah, it's hot as balls.
It's hot for no reason. I mean, I know it's summer, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, y'all can, like, chill out a little bit.
Dude, yeah, it's not going to change. Fuck Texas.
But hey, man.
It's a love-hate thing.
It is. Now, the people cool.
Texas.
I like the culture out here.
I fucks with Texas.
But
I like saying I'm from Texas. I like that.
I still don't know what to say yet.
You've been here long enough, dude. You
but I don't feel like I'm a
Texas.
Texan though.
I was born in Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Richmond, Texas.
I don't know, man.
Our town.
Let's get into it, man.
Look at that. Look at that new angle, dude.
See,
Fuck
but
yeah.
if it gets to them, it might not look any different.
Right,
Anywho's, I know we like to reminisce a lot about the high school, my glory days, because you know I peaked in
peaked in high school, dude.
That's a joke, but we were talking. Oh, you got something to say,
dude? No, there's something in my throat, dude.
Yeah, some dick. So anyway, one thing that we were talking about at work the other day was what was the most trouble that you got in, like, at school?
Dude, I wasn't really a bad kid.
I guess there's two questions. What was the most trouble you got in, and what was the worst thing that you did in school but you didn't get caught for?
I remember I skipped a couple times and I somehow finessed past that fucking parking lady. Stupid ass.
Yeah,
dude,
she had a whole golf cart.
Dude, yeah. Didn't she flip or something or fell out of it at one point? I remember that being a thing. Like, I think she fell out of it and like got hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I skipped. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I ever did anything to where my parents got called, or I was always a pretty good kid, dude. But one thing I know I didn't get called. I skipped probably 2 or 3 times, or I just left early. I know I made a couple of fake notes to leave early. So.
I didn't even like skip. I just didn't go. Like senior year, I was just like, I'm chilling.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, like it got to the point where like I think you can miss like 16 days.
Oh yeah,
if you miss more than that, then like you can't, like you won't be eligible to graduate. And I was at like 15, and I was like, all right,
I guess I'll go.
I'll chill.
What did you do? Did you ever get in trouble for anything, like to where principals had to call your parents and shit? I feel like there was one time that happened, but I don't know what it was.
Not in high school, junior high, yeah.
Junior high? What did you do in junior high? You probably called someone.
It was
a
2.
bitch or something.
Nah, I punched Juan in the nuts. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
And the other one, I stabbed Devin in the ass with a dissecting needle.
Yeah, I recall those.
The funniest thing was the punishments that I got for those, because I feel like they were backwards. Like, I punched Juan in the nuts. Sorry, Juan. And it caused some serious damage. It wasn't like just like,
oh, I remember that, dude. Like, he had like, yeah, dude.
It wasn't like I was just like, hey, what's up, or whatever.
It
hit him
was
with
legit, like,
but I was just like, hey man, I was like, you want to play football after school? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, sacked. And he just flicked him, and he dropped pretty hard. And yeah, I was like, the whole lunch he was like crying practically, couldn't eat. And I was like, okay. And then we go the rest of the day to school. And then like the security guard calls me out, and he's like, hey, you need to come to the principal's office. And then I go in there, and there's like all the principals in there, and then Juan's sitting there in the corner, and they're telling me everything that happened. And I was like, oh fuck, dude. I was like, my bad.
Serious.
Yeah. And then I apologized, and then they gave me 2 full days of ISS, which, you know, was funny because when I got to ISS, I knew like everybody in there. There, I was like, yo, Nick, what you doing in here, man?
Dude? Like,
And I remember like because I was a good kid, so the teachers were always like, Nick, oh my god, like what are you doing in there? I'm like, are you okay? Are you good?
is
like,
everything okay?
I was like, I'm fine. But that was that one. And then when I stabbed Devin in the ass with a dissecting needle, first of all,
How did that happen?
well, we were dissecting a pickle, right? And he was bent over a desk, right? And I was like, this is perfect. it's just there, you know.
Perfect opportunity.
So I walk up to him and I was just gonna poke him. But his reaction was instead of like jumping forward, he kind of like jumped back into it and he just like shoved all the way in.
Oh.
Yeah. And so he was like, hey, I need to go to the nurse.
Got a needle?
I think I sat on a needle or something. He didn't want to rat me out. Shout outs for that. But the teacher was like, yeah, sat on a needle. So she started calling people out like one by one. She's like, who did it? And everybody was like, I don't know. He's like, who did it? And like, nobody snitched. Shout outs to everybody in my class.
That's a real class.
But
dude.
I felt so bad. So I went to her. I was like, it was me. And she was like, principal's office. And then I got a week of lunch detention.
That's it?
Yeah, just because I stabbed the kid.
Dude, that's so crazy.
But in high school, I bought drugs in the bathroom, but didn't get caught. So,
Did you know how many people were smoking in that bathroom?
dude, you know the thing that I always found so funny about that was that like it was everywhere.
Dude, to this day, I still don't know how some of those people didn't get caught. Like
And-
some of them were so stupid about it.
Yeah, and
dude.
some people were so much more bold than me. So when I only did it like once or twice, so whenever I buy it from somebody, I be like, hey man, can you hold on to this for me for the end of the day? They're like, yeah, man, I got you. And I was like, you're an idiot. Like, why would you volunteer to hold this for? I was like, because if you get caught, you better not say my name. But I was like, I'm not keeping that on me.
No,
Hell
fuck
no.
that.
But
Dude, there was so much shit going on at that school.
there's another time, my senior year, dude. This is actually going to lead into like the next topic that I want to talk about. But like my senior year, I kind of like truly stopped caring. Like that's when I realized like this school shit is just whack. I'm over it.
Dude, after football, I was like, done.
It was even before football. And this is when I found out that like, you know, like in movies where like the football players get all the special privilege and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's real.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is real.
Facts.
I was in calculus. Excuse me. And I was failing like bad. I had like a 50 after that first semester, but because we made it so deep into the playoffs, we actually played like past the semester, kind of technically.
Yeah.
And so the teacher is like, so you're gonna talk to me, Randall? Like, you know you're failing this class, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna chill. I was like, I was gonna talk to you after class, bro. What the fuck? And so like I went up to him and he just was like, and just like bumped everything up to a 70. He just gave me a 70. I didn't ask him to. He just did it. He was like, you're still playing football, right? And I was like, yeah, and he bumped me to a 70. So it's like, bad.
Nice, dude.
But I hated him so fucking much. Like, there's really only two teachers that I had beef with. That was my calculus teacher, then my physics AP teacher. The calculus teacher, I guess it was kind of like, since the beginning of the school year, he was like, okay, who in this class is going to give me trouble? And it wasn't me. Dude, it was my 5th year math, so I technically didn't need the credit. I was just there to just be there,
Bullshit,
basically.
yeah.
But I guess because it was like an AP class, so it was like really, really smart people in there. So obviously there's nothing but a bunch of good kids. But there's got to be one in there. And I guess he labeled me that because, bro, I'm not a bitch. Okay, so we didn't have assigned seats, but you know, like in class, like this is my seat.
Yeah, like everyone knew like that's your seat.
Yeah.
That's that guy's seat.
So I go into class and there's somebody in my seat. Not gonna say names, but let's just say he was a big ass lineman who played on our varsity team who would brag about being D1. I'm gonna let you interpret who you might think that is.
I know who it is. I'll let you continue.
And so I come into class and he's sitting in my seat. And like this dude has always like tried to fuck with me and I don't know why. And so class was like, everybody's getting in their seats. I'm like, bro, get up. He's like, bro, just go sit somewhere else. I was like, get out my seat. He's like, bro, just go sit somewhere else. And so like I'm just standing in front of him. I got like my bag and shit on, and like the teacher like finally comes in and like everybody sat down. I'm just standing in front of my bro, get out my seat. And so the teacher's like, all right, everybody find their seats. And I was like, I'm trying to, but he won't get up. And so he's like, bro, just go sit somewhere. I was like, bro, I was like, man, you're a bitch, bro. And so the teacher's like, he's like, just go sit down somewhere. And so I look at the dude, and I'm like, all right, bro. I'm like, I got you. And so I walk away, and the teacher's like, I'm not your bro, I'm your teacher. And I was like, what?
I'm not fucking talking to you.
And he's like, I'm not your bro. You don't call me bro. You talk to me with respect. I was like, I wasn't talking to you, man. I was talking to him. He's like, do we get the teacher? Do we get the principal involved here? I was like, it ain't that serious, man. I was like, it's really not. I was like, I'm gonna sit down. And so I sat down. And everybody's like, bro, Nick, you good? You good? I was like, yeah. I was like, well, why the fuck? Like he like tried to like press me, like almost like went like chest to chest.
Yeah,
with me.
test you.
And I was like he tried to punk me, and because he's like, oh, this one's gonna be my trouble.
Yeah,
I was like,
this is the one,
bro. I'm not. Like I'm just here to do the class, man. But the funniest shit though was like, I just said I did not care, and so we had these things where we had to take like these online quizzes, and I just never did. But they counted for like a big part of our grade, and I just remember like. There was a time where he was like, all right, everybody, I'm going to call you out in the hall. When you go in the hall, I'm going to tell you like which weeks you're missing. And he was like, such and such, you're missing weeks 3. Such and such, you don't have week 5 or 6. Such and such, you don't have this. And he's like, Nick, you don't have anything. And I was like, he's like, oh, this is funny to you. I was like, nah, bro. I was like, he's like, do we need to call your mom? I was like, we can.
Like, she not going to care either.
So, but he just didn't get that. Like teachers would always threaten me like, I'm going to tell your mom. I'm going to tell your mom. I'm going to tell your mom. I'm like, tell her. Cause like, I already did. I already told her. I'm like, hey, mom, I'm going to fail this class, but I can still graduate. I was like, everything's going to be all right. She's like, as long as you walk and graduate, she's like, that's all I care about. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm not going to do the work because I don't need it, but I already got this figured out. So it was one of like the last days of school. He's like, so Nick, you just don't care, huh? I was like, so you're just going to fail this class, right? And I was like, it is what it is. And so he calls me up. He's like, all right. He's like, we're going to call your mom. I said, all right. So I put her on the speaker. And I'm like, hey, mom. I was like, my teacher wanted me to call you because I'm going to fail this class. And she's like, but you're still going to graduate and walk, right? I was like, yeah. And she's like, so what does he want me to do? I was like, I guess he wants you to yell at me. She's like, Nick, you know you need to do better. You know this. All right, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I got to go, bye. And so then she hangs up. And I started busting out laughing. And he's just pissed at this point. He's like, sit down. Just go. I was like, I fucking told you, man.
Oh, my gosh.
I was just so defeated mentally, like, my senior year. Like, I was just depleted. I guess it was kind of like, because I knew I wasn't going to go to college, mainly because, like, of financial reasons. So seeing everybody else, like, talk about, like, their scholarships or where they're going to and everything, it kind of just, like, made me, like, depressed, I guess, in a way. And so that was kind of like, nah. But that leads me to, like, the next topic. Isaac, how are you?
What do you mean?
How are you?
I'm good.
See, that's a lie.
What do you mean?
Because everybody, like, random people ask you, hey, how's it going? How are you? And then you give a fake response.
Yeah, I'm good. How about
Because
you?
nobody truly
Cares.
Yeah. Some people do.
Yeah.
But, like, no one really, like, I don't even say care. Nobody really wants to hear your problems.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, hey, how are you? One day, I just want to hit somebody with, like, not too good, man.
Dude.
I don't know, man.
You know, I've been going through it.
Mentally, man, I just feel defeated. And, like, I just feel like the weight of the world is just, it's just getting to me. And they're just like, oh, hey.
You're like, relax.
Hey, I'm just trying to buy some gum. You know?
I got to get out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some gas, bro. Like,
dude, well, that's how honestly it is. Like, when I take phone calls, when I have to do for my work, like, people call in and it's like, you have to be normal customer service and be like, hey, how are you doing today? And then there's been a couple that have hit me with the not so good. Like, this just happened, this. And it's like but, what? I don't even know what to say to that.
But do you think they're just telling you that to, like, get, like, better deals or what? Or
probably. Most of them are. People are like that. But I've come across that and I'm just like, because usually the response is, oh, well, because usually they'll say, I'm good. How about you? The response is, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
They say, I'm actually doing horrible. This just happened. This happened. This. And it's like, oh, well, apologize that you're going through that.
Sorry to hear that. Your rates have not dropped.
Everything is still the same.
Your payment is overdue.
You actually owe us $30,000 in back payments.
So we will be coming for your house. So have a good day.
Apologize about your day being bad, but
it's about to get a lot worse.
Apologize in advance.
It is, dude. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like it's a generational thing because I feel like everyone our age like suffers from some kind of like
yeah. I mean, I did before personally. I mean, I know we've kind of briefly touched on it, you know, especially like all these rappers that are passing away, dude.
Yeah.
Like especially Juice WRLD, R.I.P. It's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite rappers. But all of his songs, dude, are literally about being like fighting demons and not being okay and taking pills and doing this, and that. And it's like so fucking crazy how ironic all this shit is like that he's rapping about. And even other people like Lil Skies, I didn't really listen to him, but I know he has a lot of deep shit.
Right.
XXX, he had a lot of deep shit, a lot of mental health shit. Like,
but why do you think that is?
I don't know, dude. I feel like I feel like we kind of touched on it. Like it's kind of like a cool thing.
Yeah. Even
You
if it's
know?
a cool thing, but it's got to have some kind of root. And not to sound like an old person, I feel like a nice chunk of it comes from social media because
Yeah, correct.
on social media, the goal is basically just to get as many followers as you possibly can and just basically chase clout.
Mm-hmm.
So you put a lot of pressure on yourself to live up to this image and lifestyle of others that you see.
Yeah,
And that just, it's going to strain you mentally because it's just, you're putting out this fake persona that's not really you.
you're trying so hard to be someone you're not.
Exactly.
So then it affects you mentally.
Yeah. And by doing so, you end up losing yourself.
Facts.
But for me, I haven't been diagnosed with depression because I don't do the whole therapist and stuff like
yeah,
that. Which
I don't think I could ever.
I'm considering. But I have really bad days where like I just don't want to do anything and I just feel zero motivation. So I just lay down.
Yeah, happens to me a lot.
Like a lot.
Like
And
even now still. I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. And I just remember like at the beginning of it when it first started happening, it was like right after I graduated high school and I just felt like a bum. And so I was angry and I haven't really gotten past that. Like one thing I had a discussion with the guys at work is like, what is happiness like to you?
Dude, that's for me, that's a big one because I don't know. I feel like I could get everything I want. I could achieve my goals, but I feel like there still might be
You're
that
missing
one part
something.
of me that's like,
It's just
I
not
don't know.
complete.
Even now, like it's just like, dude, I have all this shit I'm trying to get, and it's like I've gotten some of this shit already. I've already gotten where I want to be, and it's like, but I'm still like not satisfied.
feel-
Like
Yeah.
just need that void to be
Yeah.
filled.
It is a very tough feeling to explain to someone. Like,
Who doesn't understand it. And one thing I always personally, when I was going through it, I mean, I still feel like you said, I haven't fully got past it, but more or less I have, I feel like. But one thing I would try to talk when people are like, well, just talk to me about it. Talk to me. Like, what's going on? It's like, dude, I can't even
I don't know
explain
how
it.
to put it into
I
words.
can't explain it to you. So how do you expect
Right.
me? It
It's
just
just
like,
all I can really say for my definition is just that we all know what happiness is. Like, oh, sunshine, smiles, and all that stuff. I just don't feel that
yeah.
on a day-to-day basis. So how I try to compensate is by making others happy. Whether it's them laughing, telling them jokes or helping my mom out with something or, hanging out with my family, any way that I contribute to their life to bring some light into it.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of makes me feel a little bit better, but at the end of the day, I come home and I sit in my thoughts and it's just
Sucks.
it's a really tough situation to be in.
I mean, I know one thing for me, it's going to sound kind of like fuck boy, I guess. Well, when I was a fuck boy, I feel like the reason I was like talking to all these girls, doing this and that, it's because I was trying to find happiness. I was trying to fill
Right.
that void. So I was filling the void with this girl, this girl, this girl, this girl. And I just kept going and going, expecting it to help. But then it just got to the point where I was just like, dude, I'm tired of this shit. I don't even want to do this anymore. I didn't even want to put effort into even trying to talk to anybody. Like, I cut off a lot of people. Like,
Right.
well, I guess girls I was talking to at the time. And then like, I was basically done. I was like, all right, I'm bored, whatever. I almost even got to a point where one girl I was talking to, I was just gonna like, what's the word? Settle? Yeah, settle. I was just gonna settle because I was like, man, fuck, I'm depressed. I'm not happy. I'm not getting anything out of talking to this girl one day, the other girl this, like it's just a cycle. So I was like, at the point where I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just settle down
Right.
and try to be happy and think I'm okay, but I'm not. And I'm glad I didn't, because then I met my girl now. So it's like, oh, true love story.
I feel like I'm in a similar situation, but opposite. Like, I don't talk to girls because I don't want to settle. And I feel like that's what I will end up doing, because
you'll find that one girl that likes you or something like that. And it's like, okay, fuck, just pick.
Yeah.
You're just going to go right away to it because you've been like, that's exactly.
Because, man, these last few just been like.
Dude, and I was really picky also, dude. Like, I was just like, man, I don't even feel it.
I don't know if we talked about this, but it's like, I'm really bad, dude. Fuck, I'm bad. I get stuck on the red flags.
Yeah.
And they can be freaking minor. It doesn't even matter. If it's the slightest bit thing, then I'm just like, oh, this could be an issue. I ejectocito.
Yeah, ejectocito, cuz.
Ejectocito, cuz. and then I'm out the situation. It's like, I don't try to work on someone else, because for one, I feel like you shouldn't have to change somebody.
Yeah.
Obviously, in some relationships, you need to like change and grow together. But like, if you are who you are, I don't want to change that. Just like I don't want you to change who I am.
Exactly.
Like, if I date a girl and she gets mad at me for watching YouTube, oh, that shit's dead, because all I do is watch YouTube, and you're not taking that away from me. Like, I'm pretty sure when we started talking, I told you all I do is watch YouTube. And you can't be mad. All you do is watch YouTube.
Like that, I told you. What do you mean?
That gets me. Same thing with like guys who like play games and stuff like 2K and stuff like that. If
I mean,
to an extent, when it gets to the point where you're like ignoring
her completely,
other,
that's like, okay, bro, you got to change that shit. Yeah. But like here and like, you know, obviously that's okay. I still kind of do that, but on my own time when I find it, you know, when I'm not with my significant other, you know, we're not doing anything. It's like we have like a mutual like understanding of everything. Right. She has her little work she does, like she does art and shit, so she has her time, I have my time.
That's one thing that like I don't understand is the couples who like need each other 24/7.
Dude, no. Like right now, because I'm working from home, she's working on her art at home, but I work outside of my room, she works in the room, so technically all day we don't really see each other. So we get that time away, we get the space away. Both of us even know like sometimes we can't spend all day with each other because we piss each other off, but like in an annoyingly cute way. Like we don't legit like we haven't had like fights, but it's just like little annoying kind of shit that like bugs us. So we both know we need our space. Exactly. So we have a mutual agreement, like, okay, you know, you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing, I'm gonna go do this, you do that, we're good, and it works out.
It's like, I feel like every relationship you need some kind of space. You both need to have your own things going on. Dude. Because honestly, when you get distracted in your work and then you come back, you realize how much you miss that person and care about them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you need to live, 3 miles or like 100 miles away from your significant other, but like sometimes you got to be in this room, working on your work. Like she doesn't need to be behind me,
constantly.
Yeah, like that's just not necessary.
I don't really want to bring it up, but I don't like fucking give it. But dude, my ex was legit 24 motherfucking 7 wanted to be with me. Dude, and that was another thing, like one of the things that was just, dude, this shit sucked. Like I need my fucking time. I fucking love my alone time. I personally love being alone, doing shit alone, not doing anything alone. And dude, I couldn't even go to the gym without her getting mad. Like that's not how a relationship should be.
Was there any like trust issues from like on your side?
Oh, for sure.
No.
Oh.
Did you? Okay, I'm not trying to put you on blast, but like, did you give her a reason to not trust you?
No. Yeah, I never once cheated on her. So never once did anything. Never once talked to anybody else when we weren't together. Or when we were together. When we weren't together, it's a different story. We weren't together.
We were on a break. We're awesome friends.
It wasn't even a break.
Yeah, y'all were done.
Yeah.
I remember that situation.
Dude, no. I'm not going to say anything, dude, because it was fucking so hypocritical, dude. Dude, she belonged to the streets. Anyway, but yeah, I totally agree with you. I feel like you need that space. You need your time alone. And you need to, I feel like once you find that person that understands that they need their own time and space too, then it's like,
yeah,
click.
Like those couples who can do that and spend all the time together and don't hate each other, shout outs to y'all.
Yeah, big ups to
really.
you.
Because I feel like you need to grow as an individual so you can grow as a couple.
Exactly. Because, I mean, there's a lot of things that we're growing together. Like, I've helped her start her business. She's helping me do other stuff. She motivated me to do the podcast. I mean, it's a mutual growing. Like, we're both pushing each other. We're both making each other better.
Yeah.
One of us isn't bringing the other down. It's not like a one-sided relationship where it's just me and I'm just dragging you along with me, or vice versa. It's a growth together. Together.
I don't know if I'm ready for all that. I'm just being honest. I don't know, man. Like, I guess I maybe it's because I haven't had like a serious relationship in a long time, but like I'm so set in my ways that I just
I mean, I feel like too, it has to come to a point where I feel like you have. It sounds so fucking cliche, but you have to love yourself first.
Yeah.
But it's like, because I feel like you have to get to a point to where you're somewhat okay.
Yeah.
To be able to put some effort into that. Because you might not be 100% okay. Like I said, I feel like I'm still here and there. It'll just randomly hit, and it's just like, oh, fuck. Like, this shit just came out of nowhere. But then it's like, when I met my girlfriend now, it's just like, I was at that point, like I said, where I was just about to settle with that one girl. I was like, oh, whatever, just going to the day. And then it's like, but I was okayer, if that makes sense. I was a little better than before. Yeah, so I was okay.
See, yeah, that's just where all like the whole the mental, the health issues, man. Like that shit is real and it's really important. And one thing that sucks is like, I kind of had this conversation with my sister a little bit. It's just not something that's talked about like in my family.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've said it before that I didn't have the best childhood growing up, and we kind of just like swept that under the rug and kind of was like, oh, it happened, it's fine. It shouldn't have, but like, but that's kind of like, and maybe that's why I have issues. I don't think so. I don't know how it started. I really don't.
I mean, I feel like a lot of like, what the fuck am I thinking? Like, studies and shit shown that a lot of mental shit is from
childhood, and stuff like that.
Because you see things, you've been around things.
But I was fine up until like sophomore year in high school was when it really started to affect me.
That's when like the hormones kicked in, dude.
Yeah, that's when we started doing drugs and drinking.
Yeah, that too.
That played a factor into it.
And I feel like at such a young age too, like that was not. We didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But
like,
we're not. That's everyone, man. You know, the thing that was funny about all that is the fact that it's really ironic how I'm one of the very few people who smoke weed anymore. Like I don't do it at all. Did it in high school. Everybody talk shit. Oh, Nick, can't believe you smoke. Can't believe you smoke. Now they all smoke.
Yeah, now it's flipped.
It's just like fucking hypocrites.
Yeah, I know. I was like back and forth. I was like, I did it in high school, and then
you were like the first one of us to quit.
Stopped. Well, a lot of it was too because of
what we were becoming.
Yeah, and and then one main thing was like with Austin, RIP. The reason, like, I don't want to throw his business out there or anything, but like I stopped because he had to stop for a reason. And then I got to a point where the next time I did it, I was like, I didn't feel anything. I was like, dude, why am I doing this? This is stupid. It's a waste of money. I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
And then so I stopped for like a good 3-4 years. And then actually just recently, probably within the last year, is when I kind of started again. And it was like, okay, like I'm chilling. I feel the vibes. I like it. But it's crazy how I've talked to my parents about it, and they're, I don't want to say okay with it, but they're like, they've gotten to a point where now, back then, because they have
to be your parent and tell you that it's wrong.
Yeah, dude, back then that I feel like weed was still new. People, it wasn't legalized anywhere.
It's definitely not
it was bad, It was like everybody was like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't get a good job. Blah 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 blah. All this shit, and it's just like, and then now that they see how it is now, and they realize everything now, and they realize I still got my shit together. I still work. I still got a job. I still doing this, and I can still smoke, but I can still do both. So they're like, oh, okay. Like, we didn't realize it was bad or good. Like, it's, I mean, it's still legal, but it's like, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I just can't. It fucks me mentally way too bad.
See, and that's why too, like, I was actually talking to my girl about this, like when I was smoking, I was like, I can see people, especially like newer people who haven't smoked before, I can see them smoking and then feeling this and tripping out because they never felt that before. Because like it's a feeling that you gotta understand, like that you gotta like be okay with and be calm, because you could freak the fuck out and you're fucked.
You can absolutely 100% trip on weed. Trust me, I know.
Ass Nick.
Trust me, dude. It's just one of those things. Like I always had to tell myself that I have to be in the right mental state to even try to like smoke again.
Yeah.
I thought I was ready a while ago. I wasn't. I was not. I mean,
I feel like it also plays into who you're around, your surroundings, where you're at. Because like if you're somewhere where you don't know where you're at, you know, you can trip the fuck out. But if you're in a comfortable place, you're in a comfortable environment. Because I mean, even for me, I feel like it's helped me mentally, because it, not to sound like, oh, you get to another place and you don't know shit or you forget shit. Like it's not that. Like it's like more of like a. It doesn't make you forget shit, but it gets you on like a level. Yeah. To where you're okay with shit. Yeah. But it's not to sound like addictive or anything. It's not like, but, right. I mean, but yeah.
Because it makes me, like when I say it makes me think about everything, like literally everything, every little bit of thought that I have. And I got some pretty like, I'm not going to say dark thoughts. Never thought about suicide. Let's make that very clear. I would never do it. Never have thought about it. But I had like one question that I always bring myself to. Like it's a matter of like just like wanting to know and just like caring anymore. Like there's a lot of answers that I want about the afterlife.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And there's just like the only way I can ever find those answers out is if I die. Mm-hmm. Not saying I'm gonna put a bullet in my head. I promise you, I'm not. But I'm just curious about that. And then like God, I hate that. I didn't even want to say this, but it's like one question. Like I'll just be sitting in my room and I'll just be sitting there. And I'm like, man, do I matter? like just like in the, like, have I reached enough people to leave an impact so far? Like if I pass away like tonight, like who cares? Yeah, that's one thought that just repeatedly goes into my head.
When you smoke or just in general?
Nah, just normal. That's why I'm just like, I'm not mentally like good, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, no, because I've been there. I'm totally agree with that. I'm fucking curious as shit about all that. Like, what the fuck? But it's like, I feel like you have to come to a point to where it's like, okay, if you're not at that point where you don't think you've touched people, then what are you going to do to touch people? Yeah. What are you going to do to make yourself feel like you made an impact?
This podcast.
Hey, dude, because that's one thing that I was even thinking about the other day is there's so many people in this world, dude. Like, it's fucking crazy how, for example, like a cooking show, like, or have you seen Skin Wars? I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't think so.
But it's body painting, dude. I didn't even, how do you get into body painting? So it's a whole competition, dude. These people are famous from body painting. I don't know who the fuck they are, but they have millions of followers for their painting. I have no idea who the fuck they are. So it's like everybody can have their own individual pool of people. Like for us with the podcast, we can hopefully blow up, you know, hey guys, you want to blow us up? but we'll have our own pool of people. There could be like people from next state over don't know who the fuck we are and find out about us. And it's like, oh shit. And we have our pool of people. Like, I don't even know if I'm making sense, but just explain that. Like, there's so many people, you can literally do whatever the fuck you want, and there will be a following for what you want to do. True. There's a pool of people for you and what you want to do and what you want to, you just have to fucking put effort for it.
You know what you literally just described?
What?
Religion. That's how religion
sounds like a cult.
Yeah. That's how religion started.
But I mean, honestly, look at how many people are following. Like, not a lot of people are in, but there's a pool of people for each religion.
Exactly.
Just like there's a pool of people for each thing you want to do and become successful in. You just got to put the work into it.
There's basically in life, you just got to find something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, and there's going to be those people that are going to follow you because they fuck with your passion. They fuck with whatever you're doing.
And I can't say I haven't found that yet, but this podcast is definitely a gateway for sure. It's something because I love the talk. I feel like I have different opinions. I have different views versus a lot of people, and I don't ever try to offend anyone or anything. But like, if we're having a conversation, you know, I should be able to be allowed to say what I say.
Yeah.
And you have every right to be offended, like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing is just starting a dialogue and starting a conversation. That's why like the whole mental health thing is it's really important to me, and it really touches home. And that's why I think I want to start talking to a therapist, just so I can get to my root of like what my issue could be, because I just don't know how it started, or like I just don't know. I don't know what's wrong. Like I just want to be that,
To figure it out.
yeah. I just want to be that happy go lucky kid I used to be, and I just want to know where it started. Like, but I feel like there's gonna be some deep shit that they're gonna like dig into, and I'm like,
so when you were there, like hypnotize you, and like when you were 5 or something, be like, so when you were 5, what happened? And blah blah blah.
Man,
and you're gonna like, oh fuck, and you're gonna
like,
realize
this was it. Like
I found
I
it.
have a feeling I know what the turning point. I really know what the turning point was, where I felt like I stopped becoming me, and you weren't there, but I think we talked about that time that I did Spice at Sammy's house.
Yeah.
That really, like, people think I'm joking about that shit. To this day, I don't feel the same.
Dude, yeah, because that shit can like affect you. Like that
Yeah.
shit's crazy.
Yeah, I don't feel the same ever since then. Like, I really like it feels like a part of me like died that day, like the emotional side of me.
Yeah, I feel like you just need to.
It's pretty deep shit. Ain't
Yeah.
it?
I was just thinking, dude, because I was like, I feel like everything you're explaining was me, but it's like the only thing that changed in my life was like my girl. So it's like,
Yeah. See, I haven't had that.
I know that's what I'm saying. I don't know, dude, because I was legit where you've been like, I don't know why the fuck I'm feeling this way. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Where was the turning point? And, like, I had a pretty decent upbringing. Like, I always had a roof over my head. Like, my parents gave me whatever they could. Like, they gave me what I needed,
Right.
gave me food. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like in middle school, for me, it was like middle school because I was fat. I mean, of course, we know. Just call me Turtle. But I was really overweight and I got bullied a lot, dude. So that was one big thing. Like, I still have vivid memories of this fucking dude. I remember his name to this day. No. I think it was like 6th grade or something. I don't know. But I still remember this fucking kid's name. He's a little bitch. Name was Robert Lawley, I think. I'm pretty sure. Nah, it was like in high school, or junior high, or 6th grade, something like that. But dude, every time on the fucking bus, dude, this motherfucker would always sit behind me. Wouldn't matter where I sat. Always would sat behind me and would just fuck with me the whole time. Poke at me, grab my hair, do this shit. Like, and it was just, dude, oh my God. So that was like one big thing that like fucked with me a lot. And then, I don't know, dude. Then I lost the weight finally and I kind of regained confidence. But then like it dipped back down again and I got back into this dark hole. And then I just couldn't. And then all this, we started doing drugs and shit just started happening. And
Yeah.
high school happened and heartbreaks and all kinds of dumb shit. And
Falling out with friends.
Yeah,
and-
that
but
happened.
that's just like experience with life. Like that's just.
yeah,
I feel like everybody's gone through that, and that's why I don't understand the need to hate someone. Like, it's going to take a lot for me to hate you,
yeah,
because hate is such a strong feeling, and I don't feel anything for y'all. No, I'm just kidding. But you can look at somebody at face value, and you have no idea what they're going through.
exactly.
So that's why the initial question was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we all put on that fake smile and said, "Oh, I'm doing good."
Great.
Not everybody's doing good.
Yeah, they're all lying.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, man. I do know for sure, like my weight gain also played a factor into my steadily declining mental health. That's for sure.
See, and then one thing for me that really helped, and I really want to get back into it, but COVID's not helping it. But getting back in the gym again, like, cause I kind of fell off a little bit, low key.
I fell off hard.
Yeah, but that was like my getaway. Like that was when I get to the gym, that's my zone. Like everything else is I've forgotten about. Phone's on do not disturb. Got my music in, and I'm working out. Like that's my time. That was my therapy. That was my getaway. That was my time to get shit out, and then go back to real life after that hour. But it's like I miss that, dude. Like I miss that feeling of just getting to the gym, killing my body.
Yeah, I don't understand Isaac's workouts. Like, I'm good. I went from like the football workouts, and then like, okay, once we graduated, then we start doing our own thing. Isaac, your fucking workouts are like 3 hours long.
Dude, not anymore. I mean, now they're like about 45 to an hour. Like I've learned different things, and yeah.
I was like, that's the reason why I hated working out with you, because like, you're all right, we're gonna work out like 8 or like 9. I'm like, all right, and then it'd be like midnight when I get home.
Yeah, that was one thing I used to work out at night, because I would work like nights. I would get off at like 11:30, come back, and I was more of a night gym person. I'd always like going at night when there was less people. I don't know, but
I just need the motivation to get started. Once I get started, I think I'll be good.
Yeah, the hardest part is just getting into it. Once you're into it, you find your rhythm.
I just gotta find I gotta change a lot of shit, so much. But maybe if I lose weight, then maybe I'll start to feel a little bit more confident.
Help with some confidence, help with some mental health issues.
Yeah, then maybe that's what I gotta do. I really need to
or even not just working out, but I mean just eating healthier. Because diet is 80%.
I gotta hold myself accountable. I really need to, and I always push things off. So I'm saying this live on the air. I am going on a weight loss journey. Okay.
What's today, dude?
Okay, let's get something straight here. I always like to start at the beginning of the month because I have a definitive date of okay, this is when I started. Okay, 4 months from now will be this date, whatever. So starting August, September, starting September 1st, I will go on this weight loss journey. My goal was always to get down to 170, 165-ish. We got a long ways to go to get there. It's at least 50 pounds. I'm not saying I don't have a time frame for it.
Yeah, dude, you get to go do it slow,
but
gradual.
I want to hold myself. And the people at work, they've heard me say this hundreds of times, but I need to start holding myself accountable. So I just want to see where I'm at December. Okay. I'm not saying I got to be. I'm not saying I got to be 190, 180. I just want to see where I'm at December. If y'all see that I'm still the same weight at December, I believe right now I'm 220. If y'all see that I'm still at the same weight come December, then y'all know that Nick's full of shit. He's not gonna change.
Dude, I feel like a solid 200, you be good.
I need to get down lower than that.
Dude, no, because, even when I was at my peak, I was 180.
That's what I'm saying. But you were still
and I was lean, but I had the muscles what weighs more.
Yeah, I know, but you were still on the not bigger side, but you're on the swoller side, and I'm not trying to. I don't want that.
I mean, yeah, you don't need to be that, but you can still be a solid 200, kind of not stacked, but have muscle, still be
if I can get looking fit at 200, then cool. But my initial goal is anywhere from 180, 170. I want to get back to my wide receiver days.
Honestly, I don't really care about weight now. I've kind of gotten to the point where I don't give a shit about the weight. It's me more or less how I look. If I'm comfortable with how I look, I don't really want chiseled abs anymore. I just want a nice solid, a dad, a little bit better than dad bod, nice solid. You can still, I'm still good, but I got a little meat on me, but it's manageable. It's not a solid ripped 6-pack, but it's a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was thinking about even documenting my journey.
Dude, yeah, because then that'll even hold you more accountable because you're okay, documenting this day. All right, now I got to document day 2. Now I got to do day 3. Now I got to do this. And then if you miss a day, you're oh, fuck, I missed a day. And then it gets to you to where it's all right, fuck, I need to do it.
Yeah.
That's good, dude. You can do that. Post some little clips on here, on the podcast.
Let's see. I'll probably do a wrap up instead of posting it all at once.
Just do
one big video. Yeah. Of just seeing where I'm at.
The journey. Dude, I'll start it with you, dude. Fuck it.
Let's do it.
Do it together.
Well, you live a little further away, so it's gonna be a little difficult for us to do that. But
yeah, but I mean, we can still hold each other accountable. Did you work out today? What'd you eat today? What'd you do?
That's true.
We can do that.
That's true. Yeah, my really big thing is the eating habit, and then I just got to do some kind of workout.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, like I said, I've kind of gotten to the point where I still want to enjoy shit. I do want to be fit, but I want to. Like I said, I don't really care to be chiseled anymore.
I don't want that guy because I'm sorry, dude. You eating your salads and fucking
dude. I still want to be able to enjoy my shit. So that's why I want to get a nice medium, somewhat dad bod, but a little bit less. But I'm still a little thick, But I got some. Yeah, I look fit, thick, Yeah, that's the goal.
I know I have a whole year for my brother's wedding, but my goal is just to be right by his wedding. So I know. We'll see. Let's come
Yeah.
take this journey with me. We'll see what
go.
happens.
Take a ride. Hop aboard.
But I think that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
As always, it's your boy Nick.
It's your boy Isaac.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, give us a
Appreciate
thumbs up.
you.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Yeah.
All those. We don't do those plugins.
Yeah, we don't do
that.
it. I feel like it's just people should know, dude.
But yeah.
I don't even think people listen to this far, but if you do,
If you
comment
did,
down below.
If you did, appreciate it.
I'd appreciate you.
Anyways.
Nobody ever comments when I say it, but thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.